The FBI and the U.S. military searching for a recent Army recruit. They believe he's planning a deadly Fort Hood-inspired attack against U.S. soldiers. Peter Ducey following that alarming story out of Washington, D.C. Peter, what do we know about this suspect? And please bring us up to date.
Elizabeth, we know that his name is Booker, and he told his friends that he's going to commit jihad. He also told his friends goodbye and said some things that made them feel like a deadly plot could happen at any time. That plot is believed to target U.S. soldiers in the style of the 2009 terror attack on Fort Hood, where a gunman killed 13 people and injured 32 others. The focus of the search for Booker, also known as Muhammed Abdullah Hassan, is the Midwest United States, specifically the Kansas City area. That's where Booker was recruited by the U.S. Army 2 months ago in February. Just 2 weeks ago, Booker was apparently interviewed by FBI agents in the Kansas City division. That interview was March 20th, and it is included in the alert now circulating with local police in Kansas City and the U.S. military. The purpose of that alert is to make sure our military is on the lookout for Booker, ready to respond appropriately if he shows up somewhere. We still don't know how old Booker is or what he looks like. The FBI and the Fort Leavenworth, Kansas-based 902D military intelligence group are racing right now to find this man. Back to you.
All right, Peter, with the live report, thank you very much. Meanwhile,
right now, the FBI and the U.S. military are searching for a recent Army recruit. He is believed to be planning a Fort Hood-inspired jihad against U.S. soldiers. FoxNews.com's Jana Winter broke that story. She joins us with the very latest. Jana, what is the latest?
Well, the latest is that the FBI in Kansas City and military out there are actively searching for a man that they're calling Booker, who was an Army recruit as of February 2014, but who was discharged last week after apparently telling the FBI that jihad was imminent, and he has been telling his friends that he was going to say goodbye and preparing for this, quote, imminent jihad.
Did the FBI release him? Is that what you said?
The alert that FoxNews.com obtained was circulated throughout the Marine Corps, and it says that on the 20th of March of this month, the FBI interviewed Booker, and that these views about his imminent jihad plans became known. So at one point they talked to him. The FBI is not giving us any more details about their interaction.
Well, okay, well, they had him, now they don't have him, and now they're looking for him. Did something happen in the interim that has sort of accelerated their interest in him? I mean, it seems sort of, I mean, I realize it's just bare bones information, it's early on in the reporting, but if they had him and they think that he's a danger to commit a jihad, let him go, and now they're looking for him again?
Correct. That was basically, those were the questions that I tried to ask the FBI in Kansas City, but they declined to add any more details. All we know is they talked to him on the 20th, and they contacted law enforcement agencies and military installations on the 27th, which was last Friday, and alerts went out looking for this guy.
And of course, it's about 1 year anniversary coming up on it on the Boston Marathon bombing, so we are all particularly sensitive and vigilant as we approach that, and I assume that the FBI are likewise. Jana, thank you.
Thanks.
A Fox News alert and Fox News exclusive for you. A massive manhunt now underway for the Army recruit who wants to reenact Fort Hood, bragging about jihad against U.S. troops. Peter Ducey following that alarming story out of Washington, D.C. Peter, what do we know now about the suspect? Are they closer to finding him?
Elizabeth, all we know is that a U.S. Army recruit named Booker, also known as Muhammed Abdullah Hassan, was all set to start basic training next Monday on April 7th. He was recruited by a U.S. Army office in Kansas City just 2 months ago, back in February, but was recently discharged when authorities discovered his desire to commit jihad. A law enforcement alert obtained by FoxNews.com specifically states that their concern is over a Fort Hood-inspired jihad against U.S. soldiers. Remember, 13 people were killed and 32 others injured in a terrorist attack on Fort Hood back in 2009. In this case, FBI agents in the Kansas City division say they interviewed Booker just 2 weeks ago on March 20th, and they have information now that he's told his friends goodbye and made other comments that create the impression his jihad is imminent and a deadly plot could unfold at any time. That's all contained in an alert that is being circulated among police in Kansas City and officers throughout the military as well, with the purpose of trying to protect people who might come across Booker so that they know what he's all about. And it is normal for bulletins like this one that threaten military installations and personnel to be shared among agencies like this, what's happening right now. Elizabeth?
Peter, let me ask you, we have not as of yet seen a photo of this Booker. Now we hear his friends leaving remarks about him saying goodbye. Is there a reason why we have not seen a photo?
Elizabeth, we haven't seen a photo, and we don't know how old this person is that they're looking for. And the reason, at least at our end, is we just don't have the full alert. Our friends over at FoxNews.com got a portion of the alert that just has the basics. It's got this person's name, that he says he intends to commit jihad, and when he was supposed to report for basic training. Beyond that, so far, we don't have any more specifics.
Peter Ducey, we thank you for being with us, bringing us that. We'll stay here. If you have anything breaking, we'll be standing by.